Next time, tell him.
Sadler.
Hey, welcome back to the Pattie Sadler Show. I have with me here today Susan Amber Burch. So excited. Thank you so much for being on my show today. Susan, let me tell you a little bit about her. She's an author, speaker, and real estate broker, and cancer warrior mama. She lives in California. She's married with 3 beautiful children. She graduated from Southern Utah University with a Bachelor's of Interdisciplinary Studies in Psychology, Sociology, and Foods and Nutrition. She has worked in advertising and is a successful real estate broker, financial planner, motivational speaker, and writer for the last 10 years. She co-founded the Inspires Writer League, an active community writers group, and has written a blog that has had 150,000 visitors. She has also written a novel and a screenplay entitled The Bravest of Superheroes, and she's published a children's book on gratitude entitled Richer Than Royalty. Please welcome Susan Burch. I am so happy to have you here. Now look, first of all, this is Richer Than Royalty, and this is a book that she created, and the proceeds go to cancer research, is that right?
20% of all the profit from the sales of this book go towards pediatric cancer charities.
That's really awesome. She's had quite a lot of involvement with these programs, and we could talk about that later. But anyway, this is Richer Than Royalty. You can find it on Amazon, right?
Yes. Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble.
Quite a few places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about the screenplay you've written.
That screenplay is about my daughter, who is my 10-year-old hero. And it really is about when she had to stop pretending to be a superhero and actually had to become one. She is now 8 years cancer-free. She's doing phenomenal. But it is her story of her cancer journey and how she got through that, and how she used her creativity and how she used that heroic spirit to get through that. So.
I've had the opportunity to interview Chase before. She's a spokesperson for St. Jude's, is she not?
Yeah, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
That's amazing. And so they have a program called Hair for...
It's called Hats and Hair from Kids Who Care.
Hats and Hair from Kids Who Care. And it's a special program that also the proceeds go to cancer research and some of these other things. And then also from this book, she is quite, active and proactive with these different programs. So this screenplay is you're going to create a movie out of it, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And are we looking at that in 2016, hopefully?
That's the hope. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got it in some good hands right now, so we'll see.
That's awesome.
We'll see where it goes.
Well, you need to check her out because she's got a lot of wonderful activities coming up that are just going to be profoundly important in the world. She's going to be making waves. So, tell us a little bit about your. Okay, Susan, so tell us about your, what made you create this book in the first place?
You know what? This one, I know that people say that it just comes to you.
Yeah.
This one, I had really thought about, I was supposed to teach a lesson on gratitude to some teenage girls who were about 15 years old. And I just had this story come into my head. And I really wanted to point out to them how we live better than royalty of the past, and yet how much we take for granted. And so I came up with this story, and weeks later I remember those girls coming up to me and saying, that story really changed things for me. I really had never thought of it that way, and it really made me think of things with a more grateful heart. And I thought, that's so neat. That really resonated with them. I had just, off the top of my head, came up with this story. And so once in a while, for a couple years, I would have that story come back into my head and think, I don't want to lose that. I should write that down. I need to tell that story. And one morning, it was during one of the most difficult times in my life, coming out of our cancer journey, and really just the worry and concern and everything that goes along with that. And I had just started working again outside the home, and I was getting ready for work, and I remember just having this huge impulse to go and write down that story. And when I did, I went and sat down at my computer and I started typing it, and it flowed out of me as it was poetry. It had never been told that way before. And as soon as that happened, I visually knew exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be this children's story, Richer Than Royalty. And I knew what the pictures would look like. I knew it all came to me
You just
at
could
once.
envision the whole thing in your mind.
I could.
That's so awesome.
And then I had a fantastic photographer who worked with me with some models and some beautiful children. And she took such wonderful pictures for me that are now part of the book. And I love how it turned out. I'm very
It's a very engaging book. It's really fun. It's easy to read. It's a children's book, but it's also created for the adult as well. I think it's something that we can all appreciate.
I love that you said that, because I actually have my next book coming out is actually a companion gratitude journal that goes along with this.
Oh, how cool. Okay, so we can always journal that.
Yes.
A gratitude journal.
And it actually is a bonus, it has this story in it. And then it really teaches, the lesson that's contained in this story is really that we need to look at our lives and realize how blessed we really are.
Yeah.
And the children realize that in the story, and it really teaches adults to also look at their life, because how often do we focus on what we don't have, the negative that's in our life, without really concentrating on what we do have and how blessed we are. And so just in the very beginning of that gratitude journal, it really does. It's also called How to Feel Richer Than Royalty and Find Happiness in 21 Days.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so cool. So we've got a program coming into play here. We have a gratitude journal. I am a real advocate for gratitude journals. I believe that if we are always in gratitude for our journey, for what we've created in our life, for what we have, it's a lot better to go through some of the difficult times.
It absolutely is. And they've done research, and that's something that is contained in the gratitude journal. We talk about the research that they've done and how just showing gratitude for that period of time and really concentrating on that, it creates wonders in your life. It really does.
It really
takes
does.
people from depths of depression, to so much better place. And and those who are not struggling as much, it can take you beyond where you really, really are much happier in your life.
I completely believe that. I so believe that. So, okay, where can we find you? Where can we reach out to you? You have a Facebook page?
I do. Season Amber Burch is it's my author page, and it's Season Amber Burch, and it also is author, speaker, cancer warrior, Momma.
Oh, that is so awesome. Okay, so we need to have you go into these pages. We've got L.R. Johnson, author, and we've got Season Amber Burch, author. Like their pages, folks.
We are also found on our publisher's page, Hawaii Way Publishing. So hawaiiwaypublishing.com or hawaiiway.com.
HawaiiWay.com. Now, that's your publisher that you put your books through?
It is. And our author pages are also coming out soon on that page.
Great.
So you'll find a little more in depth. But we also on Goodreads, on Amazon, there's an author page as well. So trying to get it out there.
Very awesome. Okay, so you want to follow this lady because she has some really great things in the works, and she also is making waves out there. And let's remember, especially this time of year, that gratitude is something that we all need to have, but there's some people that aren't having as much as we have, that we can serve them, and we can take on more gratitude in our lives by serving them.
Do you mind if I just say one more thing?
Please go ahead. Please
My
do.
charity has teamed up with another charity called Lauren's Hope. And Lauren's Hope is a phenomenal charity that was created when this beautiful little girl named Lauren, she passed away. She was a tiny little girl who passed away. And when she did, her mother and her grandmother created something called Lauren's Hope. And what they do is they give out gift cards and presents to all the children who are stuck in the hospital, in the cancer ward, here locally. And I know they would like to expand that as well. And so Lauren's Hope, if you go to our Facebook page at Hats and Hair from Kids Who Care, you can find out how you can contribute to that as well. And we're going to be doing very, very soon, I think on the 21st, coming right up, we're going to be delivering all of those presents and gift cards and everything like that to those children. And so if you would like to contribute to that, it's a year after year type of thing, but even this year you have time to get gift cards in. So you can go to our Hats and Hair from Kids Who Care Facebook page, and it'll talk about Lauren's Hope and how you can help.
And I'm going to post these links on the Pattie Sadler Show on Facebook so that you can get into these and give, because there's so many children that are in need of a smile on their face.
Absolutely.
And it gives you the opportunity to give back to the community as well. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have another little discussion with LR and Season, and we'll see you in a moment. Thank you. Welcome back to the Pattie Sadler Show. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about L.R. Johnson. As I said, she's the founder and president of the Inspired Writers League, and Season and I are co-founders in this wonderful group. We are going to be starting to do little mini classes and mini meetings about being an author and about writing, and we'd like to encourage people in the community to join with us. If you have any interest at all in becoming a member of the Inspired Writers League, please contact one of us on our Facebook pages. You can also go right to the Pattie Sadler Show and message me, and I will direct you on how to get a hold of these ladies so that we can encourage you and we can all be accountable and work together on creating our novels and our best writing and put that out to the world and send our messages out there. So one thing I wanted to say again is we have L.R. Johnson author page on Facebook.
Yes.
We have Season Amber Burch author page on Facebook. And then you can also find stuff like this on the Pattie Sadler Show. Now, both of these authors are featured through Hawaii Way Publishing.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
And they have their own website, is that correct?
They do. And Hawaii Way Publishing, I love it because it actually stands for, it's Hawaii, which is Health and Wealth and Inspired Ideas.
Health and Wealth and Inspired Ideas. I like the heck out of
It
that.
covers all.
Yes,
everything in
they
that.
have all
So
kinds of-
she's definitely our Inspired Ideas.
Yeah,
she really is that way. So,
That's
yeah.
great. Okay,
Yeah.
so
And I wanted to say something that's funny.
Please do.
I say this a lot. What do you call a writer who never gives up?
okay, what do you call a writer who never gives up?
Published. So truly, if you are leaning towards that, just never give up. That is something I tell people all the time. Never give up on whatever it is that is your dream or that you're wanting to do.
That is so true. You know, there are so many writers that have so much ability and so much, such a talent and a message to give to the world, but then they stop and they don't get published. They didn't complete the process. There's so many ways to publish, but we won't go in that today. But I do want you to know that Hawaii Way Publishing is a great way to go. If you want more information about that, let us know. And I thank you both for being on the show today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.